Hey, it's Andre. I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to answer one of my commenters' question. They told me to make a video about how sperm is formed inside of a man and how it makes its journey to, to the woman's egg, yeah. So, okay, and since you asked me to make a video about that, I'll explain it. The whole process of how sperm is formed in the man, how it comes into being. Okay, so how's the best way to explain it? Let me see here. You know how a man creates a baby when he's having sex with a woman? He's basically like, masturbating, but using a woman. And it's caught, and then it causes so, but anyway, before I talk about that, I'm going to start from when the single cell organism comes into being. And like I said, it's related, and you can also call it a baby. It's just a single-celled baby, basically, before it multiplies into a baby. So, where do a baby comes from? A carbon copy body of a human. Okay, I'll tell you where it starts. When the baby comes into existence as a single-cell organism, the body, it comes into existence within a man's balls, nutsack. Yeah, It comes into existence, it comes directly from the void into the nutsack within the man. That's how it appears into existence. Yep. And then what happens is when a man masturbates or have sex with a woman, he's ejaculating. And that sperm is released, because of vibration, of being ejaculated. So anyway, when he's having sex with a woman, the sperm is released within her. But multiple sperms at once, multiple babies, single cell organisms at once. And what happens is they all fight each other, to make their way to the soil within the woman, the egg within the woman. But some sperm would disperse and go to different parts of the woman within her being, her body, and just stay there, because that's also called a man marking his territory. So other sperms would just simply go to other places and live in the woman for her life. When a man ejaculates in a woman, she has a piece of him in her for life. That's just how it is. So that's called marking his territory, and that's why she's going to have a piece of that man's personality for life. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the sperm, some sperm would disperse and just hang out somewhere in her body for life. Well, yeah, because she belongs to the man because of that. Yeah, and the ones that are fighting will keep fighting until one is left, and that one will make it into the egg, the soil. And that same sperm, single cell organism, will multiply until it's a baby, and then the woman pushes it out, and voila. Oh yeah, that's what birth is. Birth is just the soil that the seed of a man grows in. Yeah, that's right. It's the man that creates, not the woman. Woman just births. Means when the baby is big enough, she pushes it out. So remember that. And not only that, the egg comes from the sperm, because a woman's entire existence comes from a man. She's made from the sperm of a man. And the first female was taken out of the first male. See that? Because females come from males, and it's the men who creates life, not women. Men. Woman just births life. There's a difference. But anyway, that's how a single cell organism comes into a man. It starts in this nutsack, like from the void, like how everything comes from the void. Yeah. So it just shapes inside of her. Inside of his balls, and then he just simply unleashes it into the woman. If not into a woman, then he'll just ejaculate, and then it will go back into the environment, back to the void. Yeah, but if it does inside of a woman, that's it. Then yeah, the woman's basically the soil, a female version of a human man. So the seed will just multiply in her until it was a baby. Then she pushes it out. So yeah, so that's the process and the journey of what a sperm is and what it does when it makes its way to the egg. Because the sperm is also based off the breath of life, while the egg, the soil, is dead, the opposite of life, and the sperm fertilizes it and stays in that same soil, fertilizes until it develops and grows. And the nutrients that comes from the woman's body, that's right, the woman's entire existence comes from men. So any woman who claimed that, oh, well, we take care of the baby as it grows inside, I said, no, 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 none of that. That's all lies. Everything to do with your body, your bone marrow, all the structure of your existence, everything of you come out of men. Y'all come from men. Exactly. So the whole y'all can make a baby on your own is a lie from society. Because the very bone marrow where y'all attempt to try and make a baby is made out of sperm, dumbass. Exactly, you females, man. Y'all come up with one of the most ridiculous lies to try to make it seem like you have something that men don't have. When in reality, your entire existence comes from men. So it makes all of your argument that you try to make up pointless. Exactly. But anyway, back to the one who I'm answering. Oh yeah, so anyway, yeah, so that's the process of sperm. How it comes into existence and how it travels to the soil and then it multiplies and then the woman pushes it out. Oh yeah, so yep. Anyone, yeah, like I said, anyone in my comments who wants me to make a video about something, let me know. Booyah. Anyway, I'm about to enjoy the scenery. Check it out. You see, you gotta love Mother Earth, huh? Another name of her is Gaia. Yeah, yeah. And this is the second wife of the creator. Look at the earth, isn't it pretty? Yeah, this is one of my favorite hangout spots. I will bring my beach chair out here and just sit out here. Yeah, huh? Yeah. So anyway, that's what I wanted to let you know, so I answered your question. Oh yeah. Anyway, peace.